Hello, Lincoln County Republican Party. I'm Megan Degenfelder, and I'm running for governor. Thank you for this opportunity to share a little bit about myself and my priorities to move the state of Wyoming forward. I'm a sixth-generation Wyoming ranch kid. I went to the University of Wyoming, which is where I met my husband, and I hold a master's degree in economics. I built my career in the mineral industry, working first for a coal company in Gillette, and then more recently for an oil and gas operator in the Wamsutter area. I ran for state superintendent of public instruction 4 years ago to reform education, to focus on parental rights, literacy reform, career and technical education, and civics and patriotism in the classroom. I'm a cancer survivor, coach of the UW women's rugby team, and a lifelong outdoors woman. Question number 1 is focused on the Wyoming Republican Party platform. The Republican Party platform is important because it sets out the guiding principles and values that we share as Republicans. These overarching ideals guide the party and our shared beliefs. I'm a lifelong Republican, and I'm proud to support the Republican Party platform. In Wyoming, far too many claim the Republican affiliation, but don't believe or act with the principles of being a conservative. This makes the ideals of our platform all the more important. Number 2, what do you think are the most important issues facing our state? Well, the overarching issue facing Wyoming is our ability for young people to stay here and have a future here. Wyoming families are being squeezed by rising costs, especially property taxes, housing, groceries, and healthcare. At the same time, the industries that have built our state, mining, oil and gas, agriculture, and tourism, are under attack by federal overreach and radical environmentalists and their allies. Young people are leaving the state, and parents are deeply concerned about the future their children will inherit. They want strong schools focused on reading, math, patriotism, career preparedness, and Wyoming values, not political agendas. At the heart of all of this is a simple question: will Wyoming remain a place where families can afford to live, work, and raise their children? Will they be able to pass on their values to the next generation? I'm not interested in the status quo. Wyoming needs bold, unapologetic leadership so that it doesn't just survive, but it sets the bar for the rest of this country to follow. Number 3, how do you plan on addressing those issues? Well, Wyoming certainly doesn't need another career politician to solve these difficult issues. We need a leader who is willing to think outside the box and provide real urgency and real accountability. The future of Wyoming depends on it. We need a government who will get out of the way. We need a governor who will defend our life, make sure Wyoming families come first. Number 1 is to address the cost of living and affordability. I'll fight for real tax relief, restrain state spending, and focus on baseline infrastructure to attract development, as well as policies that help families keep more of what they earn. The government should live within its means, just like Wyoming families do, and it's the governor's role to truly reform state government. I will eliminate duplicative programs and bureaucracy, cut administrative overhead, and return to core services like education, public safety, roads, and essential infrastructure. I'll focus on housing by deregulating and prioritizing baseline infrastructure like water, sewer, and curb and gutter. And I'll create real solutions for healthcare access and cost, from workforce preparation to regional coordination to telehealth. Number 2 is to build a greater Wyoming economy. This starts with unleashing energy dominance, producing more Wyoming energy. As the only candidate for governor with experience in our mineral industries and a comprehensive energy plan in place, I can get it done. Because of Wyoming's tax structure, if the mineral industry does well, then the rest of our industries do well. This allows us to focus on the next generation of Wyoming ranchers and a growing tourism industry. Third is a strong education system. I'll continue my work as superintendent, focusing on the basics: reading, math, civics, and career preparation, not political agendas. I'll protect parental rights and expand opportunities for students through career and technical education and work-based learning, as well as create greater alignment with our higher education system. Again, I appreciate the opportunity to be able to share with you, even in a brief setting, some of my ideas to ensure that we have a strong Wyoming, that our young people stay here, and that we thrive, and we serve as a leader, a beacon of hope for the rest of this country. When Wyoming became the first state to grant women the right to vote, we didn't care what any other state had to say about it. We did what was best for Wyoming, and the rest of the country followed. That's the type of leadership that we need out of the governor's office and that I will provide. I'm honored to have the endorsement of President Donald Trump and Congresswoman Harriet Hageman. They know I will be a champion and a fighter for the state of Wyoming. Thank you.